Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Grandpa.
I'm Joel.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Aunt Becky. I'm Sophie. I'm Tracy. I'm Mimi.
I'm Matt. And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow tons of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. We have got a hot and dry day on our hands. Oh, it's gonna be a good one. We've been dealing with dry weather for quite some time now. It has not rained in a very long time, and the last time we had rain was just 1/4 of an inch. So we've been pretty concerned about our crops that we have out in the field. It wasn't looking too good for some of them, but we will touch on that later on. For now, we need to get our chores taken care of, starting with getting the farm market all set up. We got everything pulled out of the cooler, all cleaned up, and now all set up. So that big chore is now done. Farm market is good to go. So what's next on the list? We got a busy day on our hand. We're gonna be running around all over the place. So for me, it's gonna be watering down below. Matthew is making a list of what he needs to bring up here when it comes to plants. And we're at an awkward time now where we run out of things and we don't have any more because this is the last seeding of vegetable plants. For the past couple of videos, you also have seen us working on our hay crop, and that is something else that is on the long list of stuff that needs to get done today. I think right now Daniel is working on raking the hay, and then this afternoon or this morning, whenever we get to it, we're gonna try and start baling that stuff. But there's no need to worry about all these other jobs that need to be done. I'm just gonna focus on what we need to do right now. A big job that we want to get accomplished today is getting the hot peppers planted. We do have quite a few here in greenhouse number 6, which is why I watered it first. I saw Dad had a tank up top that he was filling. See, last time we were doing it, we had to stop and refill with water. But if we have a tank constantly refilling, well, it makes things go much faster. I don't know if we're gonna get to it this morning, but I just know it's something that needs to be done. It's looking a little bit empty in this greenhouse, huh? Just the way we like it. Right when I got finished watering the last greenhouse, Dad was coming by with a skid steer loader full of silage. So we got silage for all the cattle, and I just dumped some grain on top. So now all of the animals are taken care of except for the chickens, which I think Dad is collecting eggs right now. Look at that egg. That poor chicken. Animals are now all finished, which means we're gonna be moving on to our next job. And our next job takes us out into the field. See, early this morning, Dad started cultivating. However, we have irrigation pipe laid in the crops that he was cultivating, so we need to move all that stuff. So we're gonna try and get a small crew of us together to head back and move that irrigation pipe so we can get the rest of that stuff cultivated. I came over to grab the boys and I got here just at the right time. They just finished up greasing up the tractor. So now they're hopping in the side-by-side to help Dad and I. Oh yeah, it's a little tight back there.
It's dusty too.
I could have gotten in the back.
You can still get in the back.
The Veggie Boy taxi service has just been created. Well, you can already see where Dad has been cultivating today. However, we have a little section that he cannot hit, and that's where the irrigation pipe is. So that's why we're all out here together. you can see the stuff that Dad went through looks really, really nice. It is a little tall. We probably would have preferred to go through with the cultivator at least the time before this, but better late than never. Once we get finished moving the pipe in the potatoes, I'll show you how many weeds were coming up in the area where it wasn't cultivated yet. You can see all the grass coming up and the other weeds. Yeah, this is why we need to go through with the cultivator. This is what it looked like before, and over here is what it looks like now. No weeds. We just got the pipe moved. Now over here by the cabbage and broccoli, there is less weeds, but these can become a big problem later on, so they need to be taken care of. If you remember what it looked like just before we had went through with the cultivator as compared to now, this is why we do it. It gets rid of all those small weeds poking up. And those small weeds start to cause a lot more problems as they get larger. One of the biggest issues is it takes moisture away from our plants. And in a very dry year like this, that's something we definitely do not want. So going through with the cultivator, very important. Not only does it help to remove weeds, but it also encourages the plants to branch out their roots a little bit more, which is always helpful. And once Dad gets turned around and goes back through the potatoes, we will be all done with cultivating for the day. All of our cole crops, our peas, and our potatoes are taken care of. So looking out over all these cole crops, what are you thinking, Joel? I'm thinking three things. First, halushki. Second, kohlrabi. Third, it's dry. Now when you do a 180 and you look out this way, what do you think?
Beautiful.
Something I just like to mention, I don't think people realize how difficult of a job cultivating is. You have about a 6 to 8 inch window where you won't destroy crops as you go out through the field. Now, if you had GPS, that'd probably be a little easier of a task, but we do not have GPS. So you gotta be very careful, and you have to make sure that you stay within those 6 to 8 inches that you are given on each side. Because if you do not stay within those lines, well, you're gonna tear all these crops out, which is lost profits. And you know how we feel about lost profits. But since we don't have GPS and we are human, we make mistakes, there will be some that get ripped out here and there. But we don't yell at anybody who's driving because we've all been there and we've all done it. I mean, nobody's perfect. Now let me tell you, is that not a beautiful sight or what? That's gonna hit me, so I'm gonna keep moving. But we have now got our irrigation running on our cabbage and cole crops that we just got finished cultivating. And as someone who has not seen water coming from the sky for a very long time, seeing those irrigation pipes running, whoo, that makes you feel good. Well, now that that's done, on to the next job. We're just discussing what we're gonna be doing next. Joel needs to go and start raking hay.
He's gonna load bales on the truck. Matt's gonna haul them in here. I'm gonna wrap them and you're gonna put them on the wrapper.
Oh man, sounds like a wonderful morning. If I heard that right, are we working all 4 tractors?
Yep.
Including mine?
Yep.
Oh boy, Joel's excited. We better get moving.
Let's ride, Daniel. I've got hay to rake.
Oh yeah, back in my throne. Back in the place that I spent way too much time already. Now with it being hay harvest, it is pretty hectic here on the farm. Not only do we have so much going on out in the fields, but the farm market's busy as well. So we are stretched pretty thin when it comes to help, but as always, we are making it work. We talked a little bit about getting the rest of the peppers planted this morning. I don't think it's gonna happen if we're moving hay around. Two very big jobs that just need to be accomplished. It doesn't matter in which order they get done, they just both need to be done. Well, I've made it to the area where we're gonna be wrapping round bales today. It's actually very close to where we just were because that's where the cole crops are being irrigated. But we have this section of clover hay that has been baled, and now we need to worry about wrapping it. So I'm gonna start bringing bales over. That way they are all lined up and ready for us to start wrapping. We're moving along pretty good here. We've already got 3, 6, 9 bales wrapped. Now there's plenty more where that came from just in this field, but the boys are also bringing stuff in on trucks. So we're just doing our best to try and keep up with all the bales that they're bringing in. And look, here comes another truck. Those boys are working fast. Now, some of you may be wondering if this job is really that important or that big of a deal. And for us personally, it is. The sooner we get off our first cutting, that allows our second cutting to start growing in. And the more hay that we can harvest and wrap means that we'll have plenty of feed for our animals all winter long, because that's the biggest concern for us. If we had to buy in hay for the amount of animals that we had, well, that would get a little expensive. And by harvesting it ourselves, it saves us a lot of money. So far, the hay crop, I mean, it's not what we would have liked it to be, probably because of the dry weather, but it looks pretty good beyond that. I'm interested to see what this year will bring with second and third cutting, because last year we didn't have much of a second or third cutting because it was so dry. A little update for you. We just went through our first roll of wrap. Matthew was here, but we sent him back to grab some more wrap. So when he arrives, we can get right back to it.
This is how I like to take a break. Looking at my cabbage, watching it rain while the sun's shining.
Just got the call that it is lunchtime, so we are stopping for now. So we are gonna head back to the farm and get something to eat.
Oh boy, there isn't a weed out there in that cabbage and broccoli.
I know, Dad's impressive.
Yes, I am.
Let's see, what do we have? Ooh, it looks like Grammy's making cheesesteak hoagies. And then she also made monster cookies. What a deal. There goes the baler. This is my last field over in this area. And then we're gonna be moving on to some bigger fields. Well, now you guys know what it looks like when you're a piece of hay and you're getting windrowed. That's pretty exciting. Right here, we've got some horse hay. What we're doing is we're fluffing it up and moving it into a row.
As we come along, we are trying to get this as aerated as possible. However, as you guys can see, this is nice and dry, which is why we are able to bale this as quickly as we are. I'm putting it into a row so the baler can come right through, pick up the hay, and turn this into something that we can use for storage and move, such as a round bale or a square bale. The way that works is these fingers will come rotating around, and if you notice, in the back they are angled up. As they come towards the front, they sweep down, grabbing the hay, pushing it on over to the side. Another 150 of those, and then we should be good. That's just for the horses. For the cows, I think they need another 80 or so. I don't know if we're gonna get that, but we're gonna try. What's going on over here?
The hay's too thin. I can't get it to make a nice bale, and it all got jammed up in there in the feeding it. As it rolls around with loose hay, it just keeps getting piled up here, and then when you're trying to pull it up in, it just all jams up.
So what you're telling me is you need a thicker crop in order for this to flow nicer into the baler.
Or I just need the guy to rake faster so I can go faster.
I'm working on it.
So Grandpa and Matt showed up. I wasn't able to catch them loading the first load of bales, but Grandpa's here using the 130, putting the bales in a stack so that they can load the truck easier when Matt gets back. So Matt just arrived for the second load of bales.
So we've had a wild day. Yeah, you know, I wasn't around for a little bit, but I'm back. But now all the boys are up here sitting on the porch because we got the farm market closed and it's the end of the day. So I'm probably gonna go in and get a drink and sit on the porch and get ready for dinner. We are all in for dinner now. Mom, what did you make for dinner tonight?
Penne with hot sausage and red peppers.
Ooh, it looks pretty good too. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Now dinner's gonna be a little different tonight. Our wives went to go see their parents down in Florida. So they are gone, and Callie's not here. Makes me sad. So if you're wondering where they are, that's where they are. They're down in Florida.
For anyone that doesn't know, Andrew and I are brothers-in-law. So that's why we said our wives, they're sisters.
Yes, yes, if you did not follow, yes.
Daniel! Where's my pants? Daniel, I need my pants! Daniel!
Does this happen every night?
Yeah, every night.
But since we are now sitting down to eat dinner, that means this is where we're gonna end the video today. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.